Welcome to Andrew Rumney, Solutions Director at EBEX. Andrew, we'd like to talk to you today about Lean ERP. It's something we're hearing about. It's a concept that doesn't seem to sit together. Lean ERP together. Everybody's been telling me that they should be far apart. But what does Lean ERP mean to you, and really, what does it mean to the Dynamics AX functionality, the Dynamics AX solution?
It's a good question. If you'd have asked me that question 10 years ago, Lean and ERP, I'd have said if you're running ERP, you couldn't have been Lean. And it's a bit like Womack and Jones, actually. They used to say really that if you're running, you can't use software to be Lean, but they were doing it to make a statement, to get people to think. And I think that's really where I was coming from. There are some good things about ERP. You know, it's integration, for example, the fact that you register information. Once all these factors reduce waste, and that has to be good. But unfortunately, ERP solutions generally are traditionally push and batch solutions. I also used to say if you're running a planning engine, you can't be Lean. Yeah. And maybe that's true still, in my mind a little bit. If you're running in forecast, you can't really be Lean. And again, these are statements to make people think, I think, more than anything. So Lean is a pull flow mechanism. Now we can have software, and that's why we develop software, to actually execute lean, flow and pull principles, but in an ERP solution. In other words, we have an item in a warehouse, for example, that we're going to replenish and we're going to pull from. They're registered in the ERP solution. And of course, what we can do by actually coexisting with the traditional world is to say, okay, we're going to put this product into the warehouse and it has two items on its bill of material. One of those items might be sourced from a lean way of working and the other can quite happily be sourced from a traditional way of working, so they can coexist. So lean ERP to me means it's an ERP solution with all the benefits that an ERP, an integrated way, data only entered once, information, speed, etc. All those advantages, but also with the advantages of being able to use flow and pull in the manufacturing process.
So I don't believe that every company is a lean company. I think some people are perhaps some part on the journey, some people not on the journey at all. And are those people able to make use of the lean functionality available within Dynamics AX?
Well, first of all, I know that you just said the words that said, you know, people aren't on the journey. People are on the journey. They just don't realise it. Because every customer or every company wishes to remove waste from their organisation. They do it every day. And they talk about driving down inventory, they talk about less labour, less this. They're always talking about reducing waste. And the other aspect, I think, is that in that sort of process of reducing waste, you want to satisfy the customer. So that everybody's on the lean journey, because those are the two main principles that you're trying to achieve. You're trying to reduce waste and satisfy your customer. And if you're going to do those two things, then there's no reason why you shouldn't attempt to do them in an ERP solution, because that's what it's designed to do.
So you don't have to be a lean purist to take advantage of...
Absolutely not, no. And I go further. There's a technique that's been around for just over 100 years, I think, called reorder point control. Yes. It's a pull process. You reach a point and you pull. Just so happens there's only one pull point, there's only one trigger you can do. So every company actually today operates a lean way of doing things, just not very efficiently.
And some have to make to stock, and the make to stock organisations, are they able to utilise lean, or are they doing it wrong?
No, absolutely not. And I think there's a misconception here that people think that inventory and lean don't go together as much as lean and ERP don't go together. But inventory is a very important thing. It buffers out problems that you have in your supply process. It buffers out the fact that the customers are not exactly consistent in the way that they order from you. So inventory is very important. But of course what you want to do is to make sure you put inventory there for the reasons you're putting it there, not because you think it might be useful. And what you can do with inventory is to drive, with lean techniques in inventory, is to drive down the level of that inventory, but satisfy more customers. Now, isn't that what we're about?
Right, I understand. And the ability for Microsoft Dynamics AX to work in a lean environment, is that similar to the other software packages available on the marketplace, or is there anything different about the approach that Microsoft Dynamics AX takes?
I personally believe there is. I think it actually falls into two categories. First of all, many of the products I look at, they say they are a lean way of working. Indeed, they produce Kanbans, but they produce Kanbans out of a planning engine, for example. So they're not actually looking at what the position is the box empty? I should fill it. What they're actually doing is running a planning engine which says, I think the box is empty, therefore I should pull it. And we try and come at it another way. We try and say we should be able to run the entire facility without the planning engine, without the MRP process, just on physical triggers. It's empty, fill it. And if we can do that, then I think we can actually use the best bits of ERP, the fact the data is just recorded once, and etc., to achieve some of our lean ambitions. But you go back to those other products. The other major benefit, I think, in the lean solution that we have with AX 2009 is the ability to coexist. You can have one product lean and not another product lean, a mixture within your product structure, and I believe that is unique.
Well, thank you very much for spending the time with the Lean Centre of Excellence once again, Andrew.
Thank you very much.